Hey guys, it's Yara. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been doing great. I hope you're having a great September so far. For today's video, I'm going to be speaking to students. Whether you are a Christian and you're a student, or if you are not a Christian and you're a student, this video is for you, so please don't exit the video. And yeah, so first I'm going to address those who are not saved. It doesn't matter if you are a Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever, school can be pretty rough. There are so many reasons why school can be rough. Number one, if you have parents who are very demanding, who give you a lot of pressure, who want you to do super well, it can be overwhelming because maybe you ultimately want to do your best, but they want you to do even better than your best. You know what I mean? So that can be tough. Whether it be, you have not that much finances that can go towards school. So maybe you're in a little of a jam when it comes to finances. So finances can make school very stressful. Maybe you want to work at the same time you have school. So just figuring out your schedule, getting your books, getting all your material, showing up to class on time, being engaged, not being bored, not procrastinating, not being lazy. There's so many factors as to why school can be pretty rough. In the world, people have different coping mechanisms when it comes to school. There are good ones and there are bad ones. Some of the good ones can be you like to read. So to get your mind off of school, you read. You read whether it's, fantasy books, nonfiction books, whatever type of genre you like, you just spend your time reading. It helps you to relax. It could be going on walks or going for hikes or, working out. It could be your pets. You find joy in your pets. It could be any hobby. Maybe you're a part of a sports team at your school, or maybe you are part of a club at your school. Maybe you enjoy watching movies. So these things are not bad, and I actually encourage people to find things to do so that you're not just doing school all the time, but you have something else that you can do that you enjoy. Unfortunately, though, there are also bad coping mechanisms that people tend to have. It could be alcohol. You find yourself drinking. Maybe on the weekends you get super drunk and you look forward to the weekend so you can just forget about school. Whether it's drugs, you take drugs to help you feel good, whether it's you have to leave your class to take a smoke break, or you have to, inject, drugs into your system. It could be pornography. So you have an addiction to pornography and it helps you feel loved, it helps you feel at ease. It could be masturbation. It could be lying. You just have a habit of lying and you feel like it's helping you. It could be gambling. And there's a list that can just go on and on and on. But the thing is, when you have a rough time at school, it can cause you to become depressed. It can cause you to become anxious, worried, scared. And we've all gone through this. I've definitely gone through that, where I felt very anxious at school. I felt very afraid and just tired and just feeling so overwhelmed. And the thing about these coping mechanisms is that they're all temporary. You know what I mean? Like, you can listen to music, great, but eventually your music is gonna have to come off. You can watch a movie, but you're not watching a movie forever. Eventually that movie is going to end. Drugs, eventually that drug will wear out. You're gonna have to take that drug again. And so none of these things are permanent. So it's like, what can I do that's going to help me in this school year where it's permanent and it's lasting? The answer is Jesus. I'm not trying to sound religious. I'm not trying to sound like I know it all, but I'm just giving you the straight up answer. The answer is Jesus. He's the only one that can help you throughout school. And he's permanent and he's lasting. So if you feel like giving up, school just started for you, but you're already feeling so overwhelmed, you feel so anxious, you feel so tired, and just you're not looking forward to the school year, give Jesus a chance, commit your school year to him. He will help you. He's the only one that can help you. Matthew 11:28-29, New Living Translation says, "Then Jesus said, 'Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls.'" Only Jesus is fit enough to carry your burden. A lot of times we can place our burdens on people. If you're in a relationship and you're going through a rough time, eventually your partner is going to experience your rough time. They'll also feel anxious. They'll also feel afraid. They'll also feel what you're feeling. It could be your family. So you can't really place your burden on someone else, even your pets. You can't place all your hope in your pet because your pet can only do so much. But Jesus is the only one who can actually hold your burdens and he can actually take care of them. And he won't feel tired. He'll be able to handle it. So why not give your burdens to Jesus? Jesus is eternal. Like, he will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He will never leave you disappointed. He has hope. He has truth. He has peace. All these things are eternal. So why not give him a chance? He's the only one that can give you true happiness, true satisfaction, true joy, true peace. So give him a chance. These drugs can give you a temporary boost of energy. But then when you don't have that drug in your system anymore, you're no longer happy. You know, like, you can read a book. You read your book, it makes you happy, but eventually the book's going to end. And so what do you do then? But Jesus doesn't have an ending. Like, he's forever Jesus, and he's just constantly the same, and he's constantly loving, he's constantly forgiving. He gives you peace, joy. So why not give him a chance? Isaiah 9 talks about him being the Prince of Peace, meaning that he literally owns peace. You know how one can own a car, like that car is theirs. One can own a song, like they created that song, so it belongs to them. God is the owner of peace. He created peace, so he owns peace. So why not go to him when he's the owner of peace? Why would you go to things that can't give you peace, when you can go to the owner who made peace and who can give peace, and he gives peace freely? He's also the only one that knows you. Maybe you have mental health issues, like you get super anxious about things, or you feel like you don't know who you are, or maybe you just have certain like personality traits that like many people don't have, and you just feel so alone and you feel like no one understands you. Well, guess what? Jesus knows you and he understands you. Let me read you Psalm 139, verses 13 to 18. For you formed my inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. My frame was not hidden from you, when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there were none of them. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God! How great is the sum of them! If I should count them, they would be more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with you. God knows you. He made you. He can be your closest friend. He's my closest friend. He can be your closest friend. Imagine having a friend who knows everything about you. Like, that's just awesome, because you don't have to remind them about things. You don't have to, feel disappointed. Like, they know who you are. So you could be an atheist. You could be an agnostic. You could be a Muslim, Sikh, a Buddhist. You could be someone who believes in God, but you're not yet religious, or you're not religious. You don't want to be religious. Whatever the case may be, God still loves you, and he still wants you to give him a chance. It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what you've done, cry out to God. Romans 10:13 says, for whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Whoever. It's not saying if this specific person of this specific age, of this specific gender. It's not saying this specific person of status. No, it says whoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. So call upon his name. The Bible mentions that he's a very present help. That means that in time of need, he is there. When you are in time of need, you may call someone and they're like, sorry, I can't really get to you at the moment because I'm busy. Or maybe you want drugs, but maybe you have no access to drugs. So you can see that you aren't able to get what you need sometimes at your time of need. But Jesus is there. In your time of need, he is there. Even before you need him, he's there. Psalm 46 verses 1-3 says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. Even though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling, Selah. So in other words, it doesn't matter what chaos is happening, God is there. He's your very present help. So if he can help you whenever you need him, why not turn to him? Like, I can sit here with confidence and say that God has never let me down, ever. In every moment where I needed him, he was there. Commit this school year to him. Maybe you have no idea why you're taking your program. Maybe you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're in high school and you're taking science classes and you're like, I don't really know what I want to be. I don't really know what I want to do. Maybe you're afraid of what comes after school. Maybe you're in your 4th year and you're like, I have no idea what I want to do. I'm afraid that I won't be able to get a job. Commit your way to the Lord. He can direct and will direct your paths. You can seek him, be like, Lord, I don't know what you want me to do. God, I don't know what you want me to do, but if you reveal to me what you want me to do, then I'm able to do it. We have our whole life planned out, but we have no knowledge of the future. We don't know where we're going to be tomorrow. We don't know how things are going to end up. So why not turn to the one who does know these things? You may meet someone and you're like, I think I love this person. I think I want to be with them. But maybe in the future, they may break up with you. But if you were to seek the Lord, he can actually show you that this person is not the one I have for you. So all this mess of a life that people live can be prevented when you put God first, when you seek him, when you give your life to him. He can give you friends that won't stab you in the back. He can show you who your spouse is. He can show you what career he wants you to have. He can show you where he wants you to live. If you seek the Lord and intentionally say, God, I want to hear from you, he will show up. He will lead you. He will direct you. He will lead you so you don't have to go through a mess of a life. You can live his best life, which is his will. God can give you true purpose, true meaning. You may have no idea why you're on this earth. Like, why am I here? Am I here to suffer? No, you're here for a reason. And God can show you your purpose. You just have to give him a chance. So I encourage you, take time right now, pause the video, be like, Lord God, if you are real, Jesus, if you are real, show me who you are. Give me purpose. Show me who I am. Direct me in the school year. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be anxious. I don't want to be going through a rough time. I don't want to be relying on drugs. I don't want to be relying on people because they're not permanent, but you are. So help me, and he will most definitely help you. I'm speaking from experience, and I really hope you don't just take what I'm saying and throw it out the window, but that you actually value what I'm saying and give him a chance. I'm telling you, Jesus is the only one who can help you survive school. There are people who commit suicide, unfortunately, who have depression, who have anxiety. They're going through a rough time, and no one knows what they're going through, but God knows. And because he knows, he's able to help you. Now I'm addressing believers. Commit your school year to the Lord. Sometimes we forget that, God wants to be involved in every single aspect, every single area of our lives. Many Christians don't commit anything to God, and they're supposed to be a Christ follower. They just live their life how they want to live. They just get married to whoever they want to get married to, go to school, get into whatever program they want, move wherever they want. They don't take any time to just be like, God, is this what you want me to do? And it burdens me. It makes me very sad. We can see throughout the Old Testament, David had a habit of seeking the Lord. He had a habit of inquiring of God. Like, should I go in and defeat this enemy? Like, if I go to this enemy and we fight against them, God, will we succeed? Like, he had a habit of seeking God. So why aren't we seeking God? Why aren't we asking him for advice before we just do things? To encourage you to consecrate this school year to God. Be like, God, I'm in my 4th year of university. God, I'm in grade 4. God, I'm going to grade 7. Next year, so I'm in grade 6. Like, I just want to give this school year to you. Help me, direct me, lead me. Set goals for yourself. Like, I don't want to procrastinate. I don't want to be lazy. I want to have good time management. I want to get all my assignments done on time and be like, God, help me to achieve these goals. He will help you. Don't try to do this on your own. Like, God is the one who can help you. He will help you. He's strength. He's power. He will help you. Involve him in every single aspect of school, whether it be sports. You were thinking of joining the badminton club. Be like, God, is this something I should do? Can you help me? Maybe you want to start a club, a Christian club in your school. Seek the Lord about it. Maybe you want good friends. You may not be able to have Christian friends because maybe your school, Christian people is just a minority. But you could be like, God, give me friends who won't influence me to do wrong, but they'll influence me to do right, whether it's to have good school grades or to do my best, to honor my parents, etc. You need a new place of accommodation when it comes to university or college. Like, you need a new place to stay. Seek the Lord about it. Be like, God, like my lease is almost over, or this moving situation is not going the way I wanted it to go. Can you help me? Finances. You're struggling. Maybe your family doesn't have enough money to pay for your education. Seek the Lord. He can and will most definitely help you. Control to God. Also, thank him for your education. We can spend so much time complaining, but there are people in the world, there are kids, children, youth, adults in the world who are not able to go to school for many different reasons. So the fact that you can go to school is such a blessing. So thank God. First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18 says, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you." So give the Lord thanks. Even if you're going through a rough time, thank the Lord. Thank him. Don't dwell on your situation, but thank him that you're able to go to school. Thank him that you're able to get to school, that you have the resources to get books that you need, money you need, etc. Thank the Lord. And remember that you are serving the Lord. You're not going to school to please your parents. You shouldn't be going to school to please your parents. You're not going to school to please someone, to be a certain person. You're going to school to serve the Lord. Let me read you Ephesians 6 real quick. Bondservants, be obedient to those who are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, and sincerity of heart as to Christ, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as bondservants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatever good anyone does, he will receive the same from the Lord, whether he's a slave or free. And you masters, do the same things to them, giving up threatening, knowing that your own master also is in heaven, and there is no partiality with him. You can be a teacher. Commit your school year to God. Be like, God, I need to represent Jesus as I'm a teacher. Help me, give me wisdom, strength as I deal with children of this certain age, of this certain, education, whatever. Yeah, remember that you are serving God. So don't take school lightly. I did a lot. I've been super, super lazy. But this year I've really been like, God, no, like I need to do better. So I really am trying to be on top of my schoolwork, not fall behind, because I'm recognizing and remembering that I'm serving God. As I'm in school trying to get an education, I'm serving the Lord. So that is it for this video. I could sit here and rant, but hopefully this is a nice and short video just to encourage everyone that school doesn't have to be the worst thing in the world. School doesn't have to be boring. Have fun, get involved in school, like join clubs, join sports teams, make great friends, find something that you enjoy doing, whether it's working out or like your favorite place at school, your favorite spot to eat, your favorite spot to do whatever. Like find things that can make school exciting. And remember to commit it to God and have Jesus involved, get him involved in school, and he will just make school for you the best thing ever, okay? So I hope you were blessed by this video. Send this video to someone who needs to hear this, and by God's grace, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.